You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails. Garner great pet tips and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Oprah, Larry King, Jay Leno, Cesar Millan. What do they all have in common? Each one has had the doggone great fortune to be charmed by a Great Dane named Gibson. Hey, they all looked up to Gibson too. They had to. Standing 42.2 inches tall with a front paw stretch that made him taller than most NBA players, Gibson landed in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's tallest dog. Now, many of you listeners are Gibson fans. Each day, this canine celebrity, who was also a therapy dog, unleashed love, hope, and plenty of laughter to everyone he met. Sadly, he recently passed away from cancer, but the Gibson legacy lives on. We are truly honored on our show today to have a very, very special guest, Gibson's pet parent, Sandy Hall.
Hi, Arden.
Hey, Sandy's going to share what life is like living with a pack of Great Danes and fill us in on a new cancer campaign that's in Gibson's honor. It's called the Three Paws for the Cause, right after we pay for the show by taking a commercial break. So, hey, sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
It's time for school for you and your friends, your furry best friends. Train your dog the fun and easy way with Teacher's Pet Sessions. Teacher's Pet host Pia Silvani teaches you step-by-step how to train your dog the fun and easy way. You get 8 30-minute live audio training sessions, complete transcripts of each session, plus a basic training manual to get you and your dog off to a great start. Training begins the moment you bring your dog home. Teacher's Pet Sessions offers positive reinforcement training to shape your dog's behavior and encourages upbeat, enthusiastic responses to ensure that your dog will enjoy learning. Teacher's Pet Sessions dog training is fun at both ends of the leash. So listen, learn, and laugh with your dog with Teacher's Pet Sessions. Get your copy of Teacher's Pet Sessions Volume 1 today. To order, go to teacherspetsessions.com.
Hi, this is Pia Silvani, your host. Bring your dog, tug toy, and treats, and get ready to have some fun.
teacherspetsessions.com.
Hello! I'm Deborah Wolf, and I'm inviting you to my animal party on Pet Life Radio. My pet experts will be coming to the party to answer your pet questions, and they'll also be sharing their favorite stories and messages with us, but I'll be asking them some tough questions. We'll get their opinions on the hot-button topics like the pit bull ban, pet food, vaccines, religion, politics, and animals, cat tick clawing, and the latest news. Whatever's turning the animal world on its head, we'll be talking about at the animal party. This party's got bite.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest is Sandy Hall, the proud pet parent to Gibson, the world's tallest dog. I'm laughing because I'm like 5'2" on a very, very very, very rare day. And he was a giant among dogs in many ways, well beyond this physical stature. And he certainly puts the great and Great Danes. Now, I was sniffing around the Gibson site. You got to go dash over there. It's gibsondog.com. And the one amazing Gibson feat that I just can't imagine, visualize this, listeners. Gibson was so big, he could hold a regulation basketball in his mouth. Now, talk about bow wow. My gosh, Sandy, how do you live with a pack of Great Danes in your home?
Well, yeah, they actually let me live here and take care of them. You know, I call this the dog house, DAWG house. They, you know, I am their feeder, their janitor, their groomer, you know, I'm thrilled to be taking care of them, actually. But it's not for everybody. Great Dane ownership is not for everybody, but it's not like just having a dog. I mean, it's a way of life, and definitely Gibson brought in a whole new energy to that.
Well, we should let people know you have many, many talents and accomplishments, and one of them is you're a pretty top Great Dane dog breeder, correct?
I bred for a long time. I have not bred all last year. Well, little Brewster now, he had his first birthday last week.
Little. I love how you call them little Brewster.
My little guy.
Little
yeah.
Brewster?
He's actually, at 1 year old, he's actually bigger than Gibson was by like 40 pounds and, you know, a couple inches taller. Everybody asks, do you think he's going to be taller? Do you think, you know what? It's not about the tallness. But little baby Brewster here, you know, he's holding a basketball in his mouth already and footballs and doing that. He's a pretty big guy, looks just like his Uncle Gibson. Just a sweetheart temperament, and in answer to your question, he was the last dog that I did, the last litter that I did have. So that would have been 14 months ago, and you know I've stopped breeding at the moment for a lot of different reasons, and especially now with the focus on our new canine cancer awareness program and carrying on, you know, with Gibson being sick and even now his spirit is carrying on. I can't see breeding more at the moment. Not that I won't, but I'm just not doing it right now.
No, that makes sense. I mean, the one thing I want to get to the cancer campaign, but because of your background, you really know the breed Great Danes, and you said they're not for everyone, but every time you say something about a Great Dane, I hear this wonderful laughter in your voice. So, man, they must unleash a lot of greatness in people. So tell us a little bit about them as a breed.
Well, you know, surprisingly enough, they are not the world's tallest dog by breed. The Irish Wolfhound is the world's tallest dog, usually. But the last two titles have, in the Guinness World Record book, have been held by Great Danes. But they are their temperament, the sweetness, the bonding that they do with people. To me, it's as close, or if not closer, than your children.
Wow.
They're smart. You've got this unconditional love times 200 pounds, you know, coming at you every minute, you know. They're the clowns of the barnyard. I mean, they do such funny things, you know, from the time they're born. They're so big, and their paws are so big they can't walk, they can't run without falling over. Oh, is that funny? You know, I'm not sure, but they roll good, and they just do such things that other maybe smaller breeds are, you know, you don't see from smaller breeds. And then you have this what's called the rapid growth rate. They grow so incredibly fast. If you can imagine putting on 6 to 7 pounds a week for month after month after month. There was even 1 week there Gibson put on 11 pounds in 1 week. He was growing so fast.
Wow.
You know, I'm freaking out, running them back and forth to the vet. I mean, it's just the biggest thing I've seen. So
I try to eat a lot of ice cream. I can't put that 11 pounds on. I'm trying.
You couldn't do it if you tried. But, and seeing this week after week after week, and the weeks turn into month after month after, and then, here's a 165-pound little baby at a year old.
Do you play songs like I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet? I mean,
exactly.
What do you...
It's so funny, and they have just enhanced my life beyond belief.
Well, they're
my family, so.
Well, one thing is, let's talk a little bit, because I want people to know it's a scary statistic out there, listeners, but about 1 in 4 dogs die from some form of cancer. And just like us, there's a big campaign going on to try to get rid of the big C from our lives. And I'm so sad to hear that Gibson had the osteosarcoma in the leg. But let's talk about what you're doing right now with Three Paws for a Cause and how some of us can help out.
Oh, great. Okay. Just a little bit of background. I want people to know Gibson died on August 7th from osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. And just like you said, thank you so much, cancer in general kills 1 in 4 dogs. This is not acceptable to me. This
right.
is just not acceptable to the world. We're losing family members. Gibson was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, and in order to save his life, we believe that it was caught in what you would call an early detection stage. And in order for keeping that cancer to spread, his osteosarcoma, the first tumor was on his right wrist. And they amputated his right front leg and shoulder.
Wow.
He was officially a tripod, PAWD. And then, you have follow-up treatment. Besides this aggressive treatment as amputation, you have chemotherapy afterwards. You have meds. Medicine. You're constantly on this disease 24/7. And Gibson, I would like to think that there was nothing that he was not privileged to. He had the best doctors in the country. He had the best food. He had the best of medicine. He had, it was such a public battle. This from amputation, from diagnosis to amputation to death, this has been this very much in the public eye. And it came as an untimely death because Gibson had such a good prognosis. Even from the amputation, from the bone scans, from the bone biopsies, everything, this cancer had not spread. The only place that it was showing was in his right lower wrist.
Wow.
And this is where the tumor was. So, with that being said, I'm still reeling, I guess, from this whole thing, because it was one Monday, on the 5th of August, we went in to do just an incredible amount of blood panels and liver panels and EKGs and everything, and to do another chemo test. Everything was just wonderful. I told the doctor, I think I'm not thinking he's ready for a chemo treatment today. He's showing me that he's a little bit tired. I think he's aching a little bit on his front leg, and whatever mommy gut feeling,
right.
Something's going on. Let's give it an extra week and let me get my dog back on his feet, and we started him on Rimadyl, which is a common drug for aches and pains and growing. Brought him home Monday night. Tuesday, his back legs started wobbling. By Wednesday morning, he couldn't get up. That's how fast it moved. Boom. By the time you see that, we loaded him into the van. To the hospital we went. By Thursday morning, he was diagnosed with, that cancer, that osteosarcoma blew past all the aggressive. It blew past the chemo to everything that we had tried, to every medicine, to every chemotherapy, everything. And it had moved to his lungs. So by Wednesday night, he had what was showing in his lungs on the x-ray were probably 20-plus tumors the size of a dime.
Oh, my gosh.
He had a tumor on his spine that was probably the reason for him losing control of his legs, of his back legs. Could we have, you put another $10,000 or something into MRIs, and you could have done that, but why? So when you see, oncologists will tell you, when you see the cancer spread into the lungs, which is what this disease does. It's very aggressive, that it's believed it's all over. It's not just in the lungs. It's in the brain. It's in the skeleton. It's in the blood. It's everywhere. So at that point, I was told, go spend some time with the dog.
Yeah,
and
that's very, very hard. I know, and I know in your...
And it just went that fast. to where it was a great prognosis. Everything was just right on course to
Boom.
bam,
Yeah.
And so, we had to, get to that decision that everybody doesn't want to make. And he died in my arms.
Oh, what a great place to be, though. I got to tell you, that's the sucky part about being with our pets. They sometimes go faster than we realize, but I really am happy to hear that he was with you, because that's like one of the best ways to give a send-off is to be there.
Our pets are there for us all our lives, and their last breath, you got to be there for them.
Absolutely.
You're not going to walk away from that. How could you walk away from that and live with yourself, Anyway, and I brought filet mignon. He brought beef
Awesome.
sticks. He had his favorite pig, and he just chomped them down and then
good for him. Well, I think I want to come to your house. Got some good. I like pig's ears. No, I'm just kidding. We are speaking with Sandy Hall. She is the proud pet parent of Gibson, and she's doing a lot of great things in the world of pets, and she's really committed to helping us all get an answer for cancer. I want you to check out 2 websites after the show. One is Gibson Dog, that's Gibson dog.com, and remembergibson.com, and see how you can help really take the word cancer and get it out of the vocabulary for all of us, the people and the pets in our lives. We're going to be talking with Sandy Hall about her life with this canine celebrity Gibson, this up-and-comer named Little Brewster, I'm talking Little Ha, and more right after this commercial break. So sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones actually sit and stay. Oh, behave. We'll be right back.
Give your dog some thought with Dog Thoughts. It's the iPhone application that everyone's talking about.
Hey, what do you think of this? A man in Davis, California says he's invented an application for the iPhone that claims it can read your dog's mind. Huh? No, it's true. I read about it on my cat's Twitter page. That's why.
Jay Leno talked about it, CBS reported on it, and now you can see what all the buzz is about. Created just for dog lovers, Dog Thoughts makes taking photos of your furry best friend more fun. Shake your dog and read his mind. On your iPhone, of course. Take a pic of your pup, shake your phone, and watch as his thoughts appear on the screen. Does he have a bone to pick with you, or is he having a tail-wagging day? Get your Dog Thoughts iPhone app today. Just 99 cents. Go to PetLifeRadioPromotions.com. That's PetLifeRadioPromotions.com.
Greetings, humans. What planet am I on?
Welcome to Pet Planet. Here's a copy of Pet Planet Magazine, Florida's most informative and fun pet resource magazine. It features heartwarming stories and informative articles from local and national pet experts.
Excellent.
Pet Planet Magazine offers Operation Planet Rescue, helping rescued pets find new homes. And it's available at 500 locations in South and Central Florida and 24/7 on the internet at PetPlanetMagazine.com. If you're out and about with your pet, you may be featured in Paparazzi, candid pictures of you and your pet. For up-to-date pet-friendly events, activities, and pet-related services and products, Pet Planet Magazine is your final destination.
I shall take this magazine home with me.
Back to your home planet?
No, to my condo in Boca.
Pet Planet Magazine. Check them out at www.petplanetmagazine.com or 352-394-8578. It's out of this world.
Hi, this is Marcy Davis and my service dog Whistle, and we're your hosts of Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. Working Like Dogs is the show where you can learn everything you ever wanted to know about working animals or working dogs. Whether you're a member of a working dog team or you've just seen a working dog or animal out at the mall or the grocery store and you're curious about how these amazing animals work with their human partners, then Working Like Dogs is the show for you. Join us for the inside scoop at Working Like Dogs on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, this is John O'Hurley reminding you you're listening to the O Behave Show with Arden Moore on Pet Life Radio.
O Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now, back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the O Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest today is Sandy Hall. She has had the wonderful, delightful experience of sharing her life with this cool Great Dane by the name of Gibson, who landed in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's tallest dog. But he was more than just tall. This dog did he actually on Oprah Winfrey's couch? Did he outperform like a Tom Cruise dancing or anything? I'm just kind of curious.
Right. It's on the video. You can actually go to remembergibson.com and you can see the whole video, how Gibson flies on an airplane. He does right on board with me. We get to the hotel. We're limoed to the Oprah show. We're on air. And what does he do? He goes over and stands on Oprah's shoulders, looking down at her. She's looking up at him, with her mouth totally agape, Yeah,
and she's a pet lover too. I mean,
she's very, very much a dog lover.
I do believe that a dog like Gibson can truly make even celebrities like Oprah be awed. And so I think people know that just his size is something wonderful, but his legacy is living on right now, Sandy. So what's in store with this Three Paws for a Cause, the cancer campaign that's in Gibson's honor?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. Three Paws for the Cause was started to raise awareness for canine cancer, and this is my foundation. And taking Three Paws for the Cause on a bus tour, which is going to begin in mid-October. And this tour is sponsored in part by Canine Grass, which is the only artificial turf designed specifically for dogs and manufactured by Forever Lawn. It's a great product. I have it here all over the house or outside.
Do you have a synthetic lawnmower too? I'm just curious.
There you go. Yeah, you never need that. You use that, boy, and it doesn't smell. Oh my gosh, I could go on about this product. Anyway, Gibson was the spokesdog for Canine Grass, and they're helping to sponsor this tour. We're going to be visiting pet stores, pet expos, vet offices, animal hospitals, UC Davis's and campuses, and telling Gibson's story to raise awareness for the canine cancer. And also, I'm bringing Brewster.
Right.
Gibson. Yeah, absolutely. He looks so much like Gib, and this is the next in line, Gib's bloodline, and he looks just like Gib, and, he's only 1 year old, and he's a baby, and not as well, I guess, trained, but he's definitely a large puppy. He's about 165 pounds, and
oh my gosh,
38 inches at the shoulders already. My favorite line is, wait till he grows up. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and he is also the new Canine Grass spokesdog, and that was the role that Gibson held until his passing. So he's going to be with us on the tour. And what we're trying to do is have additional sponsors. We're welcoming any additional sponsors that could come in, interested sponsors. You can visit remembergibson.com. And for those who cannot participate in the bus tour or wish to support this in some way, still go into Three Paws for the Cause or remembergibson.com, and you can purchase. There are things online there to help back this tour. And,
I saw some of the nice T-shirts where you have like Gibson's silhouette where it says "Stand Tall," and you've got the medallions with the paws, the three paws. I love that.
The charms, the three-paw charms and things like that. So, for tour updates, you, again, go to remembergibson.com. So, thank you for letting me say that, because we're just passionate about this project. And besides the animals that are suffering, 1 out of 4 dogs, not acceptable. Again, I reiterate. But the people that are watching their family members, their pets. My pets are my family members, so it's like, and it's like losing a family member, and sometimes even worse. If you're by yourself, if you're a single person, and all you have 4 or 5 cats or dogs, or this is your family, and it is not easy to do for any person or any family. And I have so much to speak out on as far as making this maybe a little bit easier. People don't know that there's maybe foundations they can go to. They're thinking they have to lose their dog or their cat or their pet. because you know what? I don't have any money. They walk into a vet's office. The vet says, "Oh, you got cancer." Boom, put them down. No, there are ways to get around this. So I want to raise awareness to this fact as well.
I think that's very important, because I think what you're doing is you're giving people some answers and some hope. And as you build up this Three Paws for a Cause Foundation, who knows? The sky's the limit, and with the genome being, everybody listen, the DNA on dogs and cats, they have already identified all the genes. They're unlocking each and every month some new answers to help us and our pets with different health conditions. So wouldn't it be awesome in our lifetime if we found some cures for cancer, Sandy?
Or absolutely. And we're doing research right now on speaking out on screenings. Wouldn't it be a great idea once a year when you take your dog in for his medical exam, or every 2 years you get a rabies shot, or when their shots are due, whatever. Let's do a screening for what is ever the predisposed cancer for your dog. Long bones, big bones, they're predisposed for osteosarcomas, bone cancers. But in other dogs, there's fiber sarcomas, there's Mammary cancers, there's, whatever. Let's do let's get some screening going, maybe in a simple blood draw, and do these once a year. Why isn't that happening? There's lymphoma cancers out there that they can do screening for. Why aren't we doing these? So I don't have all the answers, and I'll get off my soapbox because I'm not a veterinarian. You know what? Privileged to have worked with some of the best. We have UC Davis here in California, a very great campus and veterinary hospital.
Right.
Also Ohio University. And you know what? We're going to get some answers, and we're going to be out there talking about this, and we're going to get some vets on soapboxes as well. We're going to do this thing, and we're going to make a difference. And so just everybody come in to remembergibson.com and support this tour, because it's going to be good for all of us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sandy, I wear many collars in the pet world, and I love doing this radio show, and there's other venues with magazines and some other aspects. So I'm hoping we stay in touch, because I definitely want to keep spreading the word about the Three Paws for a Cause campaign. The Morris Animal, they also are big on trying to do some cancer awareness, and we had Betty White on as our guest. So I see a lot of alliancing going on, because people seem to want to collaborate and work together and help even more.
Let's get together.
That's right. Can't we all just get along like a couple of Great Danes?
Let's just all do this, We're out there all being angry. We're all out there grieving. We're all out there hey, let's get together. Let's make this thing work,
Absolutely. So in honor of Gibson, I need to ask you some crazy questions, because I'm trying to picture the biggest dog I've ever had in my life is 60 pounds, and she's
You want answers to crazy questions, you come to the right person.
All right. Life with Great Danes. I mean, you must never have to go to the nursery store to buy any fertilizer for your plants.
Oh, yeah. I live up here in the Sierras, the foothills between California, almost Nevada border. We have snow. We get a lot of snow. But I got to tell you, I use a snow shovel all year round. You know what I mean? Even in the summer. I think that pretty well describes us.
But those doggy bags we put in our pocket and we accidentally wash by accident? I'm talking about those little plastic biodegradable garbage bags. Couldn't that even pick up a deposit from a Great Dane?
No. Maybe big garbage bags or plastic bags you might get at the store may hold one. Okay. Maybe.
So you really got to love your dog, because what comes in comes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's part of it.
Sorry, it's poop humor. It's how our listeners are big on this. The other thing is, how do you put a Great Dane or more in your vehicle? Where do you fit a Great Dane?
Actually, when we got the Gibmobile,
cool.
He actually picked the car out. I had to bring him to the car dealership, and and to see which car, van, truck he would fit into. So, lo and behold, this wonderful salesman said, you know what, we just took in, it's a used vehicle, but it's not all that used, and I think Gibson would fit in there. So he brought this big, it was white Windstar, and that's not a plug, but it's big, and he drove it around the front of the store, and Gibson ran over to it. He opened the hatch in the back, and they're low, like an SUV. He jumped in the back. He would not get out. I kept calling him, come on, Gib, come on, let's go, come on.
No, this is my wheels, woman.
He would not get out. And you know what? I told the salesman, I said, I think we have to buy this. And he stayed in the van with the hatch up all of the time. We brought the sales paperwork all out to the van. He loved this van. He loved the van. That's, we named it the Gib-mobile, and we gibbed it all up, as they say. Some people, Pimpy Ride. No, we gibbed a ride.
No, it's Puppy Ride. It's Puppy Ride, not Pimpy Ride.
And there's certain things, you're a Great Dane owner when you cannot get the hairs off of the ceiling of your car, no matter how you lint roll them, you tape them, you vacuum, you pray, you cannot get them off. Their little hairs are up there, or the slobber marks off your chandeliers. There are certain things that, that go along with this lifestyle, but cleaning the Gib-mobile is...
He got to meet Boo Boo, the world's smallest dog, right?
We did meet Boo, and his owner, Lana, we keep in touch frequently, actually.
That had to be amazing. There was like a big shadow coming over Boo, and it's Gibson, right? I mean, how did they actually look at each other when they first met?
Well, during that shoot that we did with Guinness World Records, and I was afraid that Gibson was going to step on him, because his paws are much bigger than the whole dog was. So that was one issue, And then in meeting, we put Boo Boo up to Gibson's nose, and Gibson just, like anybody else, it's, oh, hi, okay.
Yeah.
We put Boo Boo on his back. Gibson didn't care who you were, what was going on with you, just, we just love you. And it's the same reaction that he had with Boo Boo, and we actually said Boo Boo we were going to launch this big campaign about Gibson and Boo Boo love affair and, boyfriend, girlfriend, and do a limo tour of New York City on a date. They got along really good.
Oh, that's
really
great.
Good.
It's a really fun, people go to remembergibson.com and gibsondog.com, and you're going to see some funny pictures and photos and videos about Gibson and his legacy, and learn about the cancer awareness campaign called Three Paws for a Cause, and road trip coming in October. So, I want to at this time thank you very much for being on our show, and I think that the Great Danes have cultivated a great sense of humor in you.
Yeah.
I think that kind of contagious infection would be wonderful for the rest of the planet.
Right on.
All right,
okay.
So I give you a big paws up from my short hand, and I thank you again for being on our show. I also thank Mark Winter, my producer, for making this show happen each and every week. Again, do what you can to help us win this battle of cancer for our pets. I also invite you to go check out Pet Life Radio and check out all the other shows that are just simply great. So until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.